Let's see, healthcare in Russia, Latvia, or US, or whatever. Let's compare a little bit. It's actually a really good question. And before I tell you about this, I want to tell you one thing that just happened with me and my cats. Okay, so obviously my cats, I have three cats, got sick. Okay, they got diarrhea. One of them threw up and stuff like that. So I'm like shocked and panicked. I never had cats before. I don't know what to do. Okay, so I'm calling my friend. I was like, oh my God, this happened. She said, don't worry about it. Just call this veterinarian. She's amazing. Everyone goes to her and uses her, whatever, services and stuff like that. She said she came to my house and sterilized my dog right there, and it was very good. And I'm like, wow, she comes to your house and everything. So I give her a call and she calls me back, and then she asks me a bunch of questions. How are they? Are they tummies hurting? What does the poop look like? And how are they feeling? Do they eating? Are they eating? Are they drinking? Oh, so many questions. I didn't even know all the answers. Anyways, she does all that for free. She's not saying, okay, I'm gonna come to your house. I'm gonna charge you this much money. And oh yeah, by the way, that was also Saturday. Okay, mind you, it's like a day off for normal people. But she's like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm gonna send you the list of all the things that you need to buy. You also need to buy them a special food. You also need to make them rice and mix it with this and that. She gave me like five different like medications. Well, one of them is like herbal thing and stuff like that. All of that was free of charge. $0, zero rubles, zero nothing. Okay. And she said, it's okay, don't worry. In 3 days, if it's not getting better, we're gonna do the antibiotics and everything. And then you're gonna need to go vaccinate them and stuff like that because they're not vaccinated. Okay. I was like, yeah, sure, everything. But like no charge. Free of charge. Okay. How amazing is that? Obviously, here in Russia, you can also do the same for yourself. You can call your doctor, and they, if you're sick, they will actually come to your house. And you can get a private doctor that will do it for money, and you can have a government doctor that will do it for free. Okay, the healthcare in Latvia is not the worst in the world. Okay, it's not the worst, it's okay. All right, they like helped me out. I also went to the hospital there with my daughter and stuff like that. It's funny enough that I was treated really good, my daughter was treated really well, and everything was okay except for like one little thing. But then the girl who was living in our room, the little girl who was like in pain, the little girl, I don't know how old she was, maybe 4 or 5, just like my kid, who was dying in pain, and no doctor would come and see her, and her mom was freaking out, and I started already freaking out. And so funny because like all the doctors were Latvian, because I would not be surprised if it was the other way around because I'm Russian, for example, right? So they would be mean to me because I'm Russian, for example, and they're Latvian. They don't like the Russian people. But it was the other way around. So they were all Latvian, the nurses, the doctors, and the lady and the little girl was Latvian. So it had nothing to do with like this. It was just something to do with the shitty doctor, okay? Because we saw the doctor right away as we got accepted into the hospital. At first in the emergency room, and then into the hospital when we got admitted to the hospital. And so, but they apparently got admitted to the hospital, and the doctor never saw them. And this was all happening in the middle of the night. It was a mess, okay? It was not pretty. Not pretty. It was bad, okay? And plus, my friend is a nurse, so she can tell you all kinds of shitty stuff about Latvian, healthcare. But I think you can find all those stupid, horrible stories, to be honest, everywhere. You can find them in America, plenty, okay? You can find them in Russia, you can find them in Latvia. But everywhere in Russia that I went, I got really good quality healthcare. For free, by the way. I've used everything. I've never went to private doctors. The only time, actually, I did go to private doctors when I had to do the healthcare checks for, like, it was the government requests, the HIV tests and all kinds of tests. So that was the only thing where I paid, okay? The actual money. It was like $150 for everything, for all the doctors and all the blood work and everything. So, but besides that, I'm doing this out of principle. Principle? Can I say that? Okay, anyways, you understand what I'm saying. I'm going to free doctors only. I'm not going to go and pay for the doctors who just want to make money off of me and be like, okay, you can get this blood work done, that blood work done, and this many tests. just because they want to make money on me. I'm like, I'm going to the government doctors. They're just as good because they all work in the private clinics and in the government. They all do that. I swear, all the doctors that I spoke to, they said, yeah, I work here and I also work in the private clinic. So you can see me here or there. I'm like, I'm going to go see you for free. Thank you. So, plus here, you're not going to sell me any extra shit that I don't need, okay? You're just going to be on point. You're just be like, you need this, you need that. You do not need this, okay? So they're very good. They're very professional. They spend a lot of time with you. I remember in America, it's like 5 minutes maybe the doctor spends with you. In Latvia, it was about 15 minutes, maybe 20 or so. Okay. Here, I can spend like 30 minutes, 40 minutes with a doctor. I mean, it depends. If they have like a crazy day, they will try to get it a little bit faster. But like, I went to the emergency. And then the doctor was just like, she gave me an ultrasound, she talked to me, she checked me, all of that. She was like talking to me for like, I don't know, 40, 50 minutes for sure. No rush, talking, explaining everything to the T. I was shocked. I've never had experience like that ever before. Like, never, okay? That was the first time that I felt like, wow, this doctor really cares like about my health, and like she's really asking so many questions. She's a gynecologist and she's asking so many different things, and she's like, okay, yeah. And then I'm starting to talk, well, I have this, and she said, no, 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 you can't say that. We have to make sure, we have to make the tests and everything. You can't just say something that you have. We can't just come up with the I forgot the word, the disease or something. She said, we have to make sure. We don't just, in America, you go in for anything, they'd be like, antibiotic, bye. Nothing. You cough, antibiotic. You poop, antibiotic. No matter what, you antibiotic. Here, before they give you antibiotic, they'd be like, no, 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 no. Before we give you antibiotic, we should try this and that. Okay? If that doesn't work, then we come to the antibiotic solution. Before that, we're gonna try to do without. Wow. Okay? Yes. Pretty amazing. So yeah, I am really surprised with the healthcare system here in Russia. And as I said, the most mind-blowing thing is it's also free. You can pay and they will smile and kiss your ass. You can pay $20, $30 per visit or something. It's not expensive, obviously, right? But like, you can go to the government and they still gonna be nice to you. I only met like one person. She was working in the laboratory. She was taking the pee test and stuff like that. She was mean. I told her, why are you yelling at me? She yelled at the older man that was before me, and then she yelled at me, and I don't like her. If I ever go there again, I'm gonna like yell at her again also. Like, just be like, I'm gonna just start giving her the same energy she gave to me. Besides her, everybody's super nice. If you're nice to people, if you come, say hello, how are you, blah, blah, blah. The small talk, people love small talk, and they will talk to you, and they will laugh with you. It's amazing. Okay? Yeah. That's all I gotta say. Thank you so much. Thank you for your question. And that was also my day 2 of vlogging every day. Thank you for helping me out with that. I wanted to talk about something meaningful as well, not just be like, hey, I'm just here to make my vlog, la la la. It's nice to talk about something interesting and meaningful. Thanks a lot. That was day 2 out of my 365 vlogging challenge. Have a nice day.